What if I told you that you're not just living your life, you're leaping between realities? Right now, as you watch this, there's a part of you that's waking up to the fact that your reality is far more dynamic, fluid, and infinite than you've been led to believe. You might think you're just going through changes or experiencing random shifts in your life, but no, something much bigger is happening. You're quantum leaping. The quantum leap isn't just a buzzword or a metaphor. It's a profound spiritual phenomenon where you shift from one version of reality to another, one timeline to another, almost instantly. It's like skipping steps on a staircase and landing on a completely new floor. But the question is, how do you know when you're quantum leaping? How do you recognize the signs that you're stepping into a higher version of your life? And that's exactly what we're going to uncover together in this video. Now, before we explore the 5 clear spiritual signs, let's lay the foundation. What is a quantum leap really? At its core, it's about collapsing the barriers between who you are now and who you're destined to become. It's about stepping into a version of yourself that already exists in the quantum field, a version that's more aligned, more abundant, more free. And here's the kicker. Reality itself isn't fixed. It's not this unchangeable solid thing. Reality is malleable like clay, and it responds to your energy, your beliefs, and your choices. When you shift your energy in a profound way, when you align with a new vibration, you trigger a quantum leap.
Click subscribe to this channel to get more profound spiritual lesson.
But quantum leaps aren't always smooth or obvious. In fact, they can feel disorienting, even chaotic, as your old reality dissolves and your new one begins to take shape. So, let me ask you something deep right now. Have you been feeling like your life is in flux? Like things are changing so quickly that you can barely keep up? If so, that's not a coincidence. That's a sign that you're on the brink of a leap, or already in the middle of one. The first sign that you're quantum leaping is that time feels different. Have you noticed that time is speeding up or slowing down in strange ways? Maybe entire days feel like a blur, or maybe a single hour feels like an eternity. This happens because quantum leaps take you out of linear time. You're no longer operating on the same timeline as before. Instead, you're aligning with a new frequency where time behaves differently. Why? Because time as we know it is an illusion. It's just a construct of the mind. When you quantum leap, you step outside of that illusion and you start to experience time as fluid and flexible. Let me give you a practical example. Imagine you've been visualizing a new career, a new relationship, or a new version of yourself. Suddenly, it feels like things are happening faster than you expected. Opportunities appear out of nowhere. Conversations that would have taken months now happen in a matter of minutes. Or maybe the opposite happens. Everything slows down, giving you the space to reflect and recalibrate before a big shift. Either way, you're no longer bound by the old rules of time. This is the first sign that you're quantum leaping. The second sign is a feeling of disconnection from your old self and your old life. This can be one of the most confusing parts of the quantum leap process because it feels like everything you once identified with is falling away. You might notice that old habits, relationships, or even environments no longer resonate with you. Maybe the things that used to bring you comfort or excitement now feel empty or meaningless. This isn't a bad thing, it's a sign that you're shedding the old version of yourself. You're stepping out of a low vibration and into a higher one. But here's the thing. This phase can feel lonely. You might feel like you don't belong in your current reality anymore, but you're not fully anchored in your new one yet. It's like being in a void, a liminal space between two worlds. And that's okay. This in-between space is where the magic happens. It's where you get to choose who you're becoming. So, let me ask you, what are you willing to let go of to step into your higher self? What parts of your old identity are you still clinging to, even though they no longer serve you? The third sign is that you start noticing synchronicities everywhere. These aren't just coincidences. They're breadcrumbs from the universe, guiding you toward your new reality. You might see repeating numbers like 111 or 555. Hear songs with lyrics that deeply resonate with what you're going through, or bump into people who seem to offer exactly the advice or opportunity you need. Pay attention to these moments because they're not random. They're proof that you're aligning with a higher vibration where everything is interconnected. Think of it this way. When you're quantum leaping, your energy shifts so dramatically that the universe starts reflecting it back to you in real time. It's like tuning into a new radio station. Suddenly, everything around you starts matching the frequency of your new reality. The synchronicities are there to remind you that you're on the right path, even if it feels uncertain or unfamiliar. The fourth sign is an intense wave of emotions. Quantum leaping isn't just a mental or energetic shift, it's a full-body experience. As you step into a new reality, your old energy patterns come up to be released. This can manifest as fear, doubt, sadness, or even bursts of joy and excitement. You might feel like you're on an emotional roller coaster, swinging between highs and lows. And that's perfectly normal. Your emotions are recalibrating to match your new vibration. But here's the key. Don't resist these emotions. Feel them fully. Let them move through you without judgment. They're not here to punish you, they're here to free you. Every time you release an old emotion or belief, you create space for the new energy of your desired reality to flow in. So, ask yourself, what emotions or patterns are you ready to let go of? What's been weighing you down that no longer needs to be part of your journey? The fifth and final sign is a heightened sense of intuition. When you're quantum leaping, your connection to your inner guidance becomes stronger than ever. You might start having vivid dreams, sudden insights, or gut feelings that seem to come out of nowhere. Trust these moments. They're your higher self speaking to you, guiding you toward your next step. The more you listen to your intuition, the smoother your leap will be. Now let me leave you with this question. What would your life look like if you fully trusted the process? If you knew without a shadow of a doubt that the universe is conspiring in your favor? Because the truth is, it is. Your quantum leap isn't just happening to you, it's happening through you. You're the one creating it. Congratulations. You've started to recognize the signs of your quantum leap. But here's the part that most people don't talk about. Quantum leaping is not always smooth. In fact, it can feel like absolute chaos. Imagine this. You're standing on the edge of a cliff, ready to leap into the unknown. You're exhilarated, but there's also fear. The ground beneath your feet begins to shift, and the old reality you once clung to starts falling apart. This phase, the storm of a quantum leap, is one of the most challenging yet transformative parts of the journey. So, how do you navigate this storm? How do you stay grounded when everything feels like it's breaking apart? The answer lies in understanding that chaos is not your enemy. It's your ally. Chaos is the universe rearranging itself to align with your new vibration. It's clearing out the old to make space for the new. Think of it as a forest fire, destructive on the surface, yet necessary for new growth. Let me ask you something. What if the breakdowns in your life aren't happening to you, but for you? What if the chaos is actually a sign that your leap is working? The first thing to understand about chaos is that it's a natural part of the quantum leap process. When you shift timelines, you disrupt the energetic patterns of your old reality. This disruption can show up as sudden challenges, unexpected endings, or a feeling of being completely ungrounded. Maybe relationships that no longer align with your higher self start to fall away. Maybe your career, finances, or living situation feels uncertain or unstable. It might even feel like the very things you were trying to manifest are slipping further away. But here's the truth. This chaos is not a sign of failure. It's a sign that your old vibration is dissolving and your new reality is taking shape. Imagine you're climbing a mountain. At the base, everything feels familiar. It's safe, predictable, but as you ascend, the terrain changes. The air gets thinner, the path becomes steeper, and you might even feel like turning back. This is the chaos of growth. It's uncomfortable, but it's also a sign that you're moving higher. The key is to keep going, even when the path feels uncertain. Chapter 7. This is the chaos of growth. It's uncomfortable, but it's also a sign that you're moving farther. So, how do you stay grounded during this chaotic phase? The first step is to surrender to the process. I know, surrender can feel counterintuitive. When life feels out of control, the natural reaction is to try to regain control. But the more you resist the chaos, the more it will persist. Surrender doesn't mean giving up. It means trusting that the universe knows what it's doing. It is typical energy, and, as you can imagine, fraught with danger. It means letting go of the need to micromanage every detail and allowing the leap to unfold in its own divine timing. Here's a practice to help you surrender. When you feel overwhelmed by chaos, take a deep breath and ask yourself, what's the bigger picture here? Shift your perspective from fear to trust. Remind yourself that every storm eventually passes. The chaos you're experiencing is temporary, but the growth it's leading to is permanent. The second step is to ground yourself in the present moment. During a quantum leap, it's easy to get caught up in the what-ifs. What if this doesn't work out? What if I'm making a mistake? But these thoughts only pull you out of alignment with your new reality. The present moment is where your power lies. It's where you can anchor your energy and ride out the storm. Here's a grounding technique you can use. Close your eyes and take 3 deep breaths. Feel the weight of your body pressing into the earth. Visualize roots extending from your feet into the ground, anchoring you to the stability of the earth. As you breathe, repeat this mantra. I am safe. I am supported. I am exactly where I need to be. Let this practice remind you that even in chaos, you are always held by the universe. The third step is to align your energy with your desired reality, even in the midst of chaos. Remember, The chaos is not the final destination, it's just a transition. Instead of focusing on what's falling apart, focus on what you're creating. Visualize your new reality with clarity and excitement. Speak and act as if it's already yours. This doesn't mean ignoring the challenges around you. It means choosing to see them as stepping stones rather than roadblocks. But let me ask you something deeper. What are you afraid to lose in this transition? Often the chaos of a quantum leap brings up fears of loss of identity, security, or relationships. But here's the truth. Anything that falls away during a quantum leap was never truly aligned with your highest self. The universe isn't taking things away from you to punish you. It's clearing space for something better. So instead of clinging to what's falling apart, ask yourself, what am I ready to receive? Finally, the most powerful thing you can do during chaos is to trust yourself. You wouldn't be experiencing this leap if you weren't ready for it. The very fact that you are here, watching this, means you've already stepped into a higher version of yourself. You might not see the full picture yet, but your soul does. Trust that you have the wisdom, strength, and guidance to navigate this leap. Let me leave you with this perspective. Chaos is not the end. It's the beginning. It's the bridge between where you were and where you're going. The storm might feel intense, but it's clearing the way for something extraordinary. And when the dust settles, you'll look back and realize that every challenge, every moment of doubt, was part of your transformation. You've been through the chaos, the storm, the disorientation that comes with quantum leaping. You've felt the ground beneath you shift, old patterns dissolve, and familiar comforts fall away. And now you stand at the threshold of a new reality. But here's the most crucial part of the process: integration. Quantum leaping isn't just about arriving at a new timeline, it's about becoming the version of yourself that fully embodies it. The leap isn't complete until you step into this new version of you and live from that vibration. So let me ask you a deep question. Who are you now? Who are you in this new reality? If you don't pause to reflect on this, you risk carrying old habits, beliefs, and behaviors into a timeline that no longer matches them. Integration is about aligning everything: your thoughts, your emotions, your actions. It's about embodying your leap so deeply that the old version of you becomes a distant memory. The first step to integration is self-awareness. Take a moment to observe the ways in which your energy has already shifted. Maybe you're noticing new opportunities showing up, or you feel a sense of clarity you didn't have before. Maybe your desires have changed, or your priorities feel different. These are all signs that you're no longer the person you used to be. But here's the thing. Your mind might still be catching up. Even though your energy has leapt to a higher vibration, your mind might still be operating on old programming, replaying thoughts of doubt, fear, or unworthiness. The key to integration is reprogramming your mind to align with your new energy. Start by asking yourself, what beliefs no longer serve me in this new reality? Maybe you've been holding on to the belief that success has to be hard, or that you're not worthy of love, or that things don't work out for you. These beliefs might have felt true in your old timeline, but they have no place in your new one. Write them down, acknowledge them, and then release them. You can even say out loud, I release this belief. It no longer defines me. Once you've cleared the old beliefs, replace them with new ones that reflect your leap. For example, instead of, I'm not good enough, say, I am more than enough. Instead of, I have to struggle to succeed, say, I allow success to flow to me with ease. Speak these new beliefs to yourself every day, not just as affirmations, but as truths. The more you align your thoughts with your new reality, the more your mind will begin to reflect the energy of the version of you that already exists in this timeline. The second step to integration is embodiment. It's not enough to think differently, you have to live differently. Ask yourself, how would the new version of me think, feel, and act? If you've leapt into a timeline of abundance, how would you carry yourself? Would you make decisions from fear or from trust? Would you shrink yourself or expand boldly into opportunities? If you've leapt into a timeline of love, how would you show up in relationships? Would you hold on to past wounds, or would you open your heart fully? Start embodying these qualities now, even if it feels unfamiliar at first. Take actions that reflect your new reality, no matter how small. Maybe that means saying yes to an opportunity that scares you, or setting boundaries with someone who no longer aligns with your energy, or even just walking through the world with a sense of confidence and ease. Every action you take in alignment with your new self reinforces the vibration of your leap and strengthens your connection to your new timeline. But let's go deeper. Integration also requires emotional alignment. When you quantum leap, your emotions are your compass. They show you whether you're fully anchored in your new reality or still holding on to the old one. If you feel resistance, fear, or doubt, don't judge yourself. These emotions are not signs of failure. They're simply opportunities for healing. Ask yourself, what is this emotion trying to teach me? Or part of me still needs love? For example, if you feel fear about stepping into your new reality, it might be because there's a part of you that still doubts your worthiness. Instead of pushing that fear away, bring compassion to it. Sit with it, breathe into it, and remind yourself that it's safe to grow. The more you meet your emotions with love, the more they transform and the easier it becomes to fully integrate your leap. And here's something profound to remember. Integration is not a one-time event, it's an ongoing process. Even after you've leapt, you'll continue to expand, realign, and refine your vibration. New layers of growth will reveal themselves, and you'll have the opportunity to deepen your embodiment of your new reality. So be patient with yourself. There's no rush. Trust that every step you take is bringing you closer to the full expression of your leap. Finally, the most important part of integration is gratitude. Gratitude is the frequency that locks in your leap. It sends a powerful signal to the universe that says, this is who I am now. This is my reality. Take a moment every day to feel gratitude for your leap, even if you don't see all the results yet. Gratitude isn't about waiting for proof. It's about celebrating the shift that's already happened. So let me leave you with this. Who are you becoming? What version of you is waiting to be fully expressed? And what would it feel like to live every day as that version of yourself? Hold these questions close, because they are the keys to your integration. You've made the leap. You've stepped into a new vibration, a new timeline, and a higher version of yourself. But here's the thing about quantum leaping. It doesn't end with one shift. It's not a one-time event that you check off like a box on your spiritual to-do list. Quantum leaping is an ongoing process of expansion. The universe is infinite, and so are you. The version of yourself that you leaped into today is only the beginning of what's possible. The question now is, how do you sustain this leap? How do you keep expanding, growing, and creating a reality that exceeds even your wildest dreams? To sustain your quantum leap, you need to understand one fundamental truth. Your reality is a reflection of your vibration, and your vibration is something you must consciously maintain every single day. Think of your leap like planting a seed in fertile soil. The leap itself is the moment you plant the seed, but to see it grow into a thriving tree, you have to nurture it. You have to water it, give it sunlight, and protect it from anything that might stunt its growth. The same is true for your new reality. You have to nurture it with your thoughts, your emotions, and your actions so it can fully blossom. Yes, the first key to sustaining your leap is consistency. You've already done the work to align with a higher vibration, but now it's about creating habits that keep you in that vibration. Let me ask you, what daily practices are you committed to that support your new reality? This is where discipline and devotion come into play. Whether it's meditation, journaling, visualization, or simply taking a moment each day to reconnect with your intentions, these practices act as anchors. They remind you of who you are becoming and keep you aligned with the frequency of your leap. Here's a powerful exercise to start your day. Before you get out of bed, close your eyes and take a few deep breaths. Visualize the version of yourself that already exists in your new reality. See yourself living your dream life, feeling the joy, the freedom, the abundance. Ask yourself, how would I show up today if this was already my reality? Then set a clear intention for the day that reflects that energy. If you feel stressed out during the day, decide whether this is your true north sometime this week. Maybe it's, today I move with confidence and trust, or today I open myself to infinite opportunities. Carry this intention with you throughout the day and let it guide your actions. The second key to sustaining your leap is adaptability. Here's the truth. Even in your new reality, challenges will arise. Life will still throw curveballs your way, but the difference is that you now have the tools and awareness to navigate them from a higher perspective. Challenges aren't signs that you've fallen back into your old reality. They're opportunities to expand even further. 1. Think of them as tests from the universe, asking you, are you truly committed to this new vibration? Are you willing to embody it, even when it feels uncomfortable? When challenges arise, don't see them as setbacks. Instead, ask yourself, what is this situation teaching me? How can I respond to it in a way that aligns with my higher self? Remember, sustaining your leap isn't about avoiding challenges. It's about showing up differently when they happen. It's about choosing trust over fear, possibility over limitation, and love over resistance. The third key is gratitude. We touched on this briefly in the integration process, but gratitude is so powerful that it deserves to be a daily practice. Gratitude is the energy of abundance. It tells the universe, I'm thankful for what I have, and I'm open to receiving even more. When you live in gratitude, you amplify the vibration of your leap and attract more experiences that match that frequency. Here's a simple but transformative practice. At the end of each day, take a moment to reflect on 3 things you're grateful for. They don't have to be big or dramatic. They can be as simple as the warmth of the sun on your face, a kind word from a friend, or the fact that you're alive and breathing. Gratitude shifts your focus from what's missing to what's already here, and that shift is what sustains your leap. Finally, the most important key to sustaining your leap is self-love. This entire process, quantum leaping, integration, and expansion, is rooted in one thing: your relationship with yourself. The more you love and accept yourself, the easier it becomes to align with higher vibrations. Self-love is what allows you to release old patterns, embrace new realities, and trust the journey, no matter what it brings. As you reflect on this, remember, you are the creator of your reality. You've already proven that by taking this leap. Now, it's time to sustain it, nurture it, and expand it into something even greater. The journey never ends. But that's the beauty of it. You are infinite, and so are the possibilities available to you. Thank you for taking this journey with me. Now, go out there and live as the limitless creator you truly are. The universe is waiting for your next leap.